Aldi is always seen as a budget shopper's paradise. But the truth is, not everyone who walks in actually saves money. You can leave the store feeling like you scored a huge win, while your receipt quietly shows you spent more than necessary. The minimalist shelves, rock-bottom prices, and fast-paced shopping vibe can trick you into thinking every choice is a bargain. But Aldi has its own set of rules. Those who understand them save big. Those who don't often end up buying the wrong things, buying too much, or missing the best deals. If you want to master the game, you need to know a few key tricks before you even step inside. Subscribe to the channel to get notified of the latest videos.
Wow! Wow!
1. Pick the right time to shop at Aldi. Going to Aldi isn't just about walking in and grabbing what you need. For people who really understand how the system works, timing is everything. It determines how fresh your groceries will be, how good the prices are, and whether you'll miss out on the best deals. Aldi runs lean. No excess stock, no long-term storage, and no fancy supermarket displays. Every restock creates different opportunities. The person who knows the rhythm always gets the best stuff before the crowd shows up. Mornings are golden. Shelves are freshly stocked. There are fewer people, and competition is low. Early shoppers go home with the freshest produce, especially fruits and vegetables. When new items hit the shelves, the best ones are usually at the bottom or in the back, the spots people touch the least. Aldi employees even say that if you're willing to dig a little, you can easily tell the difference between a crisp, fresh apple and one that's past its prime. Besides mornings, midweek is when true Aldi fans show up. That's when new deals drop for both food and household items. Shelves get refreshed, price signs change, and quiet deals appear. The kind of discounts only sharp-eyed shoppers notice. Go on the right day, and you'll not only pay less, but you'll also snag limited items that sell out in just a few hours. Weekends have great promotions too, but they come with risks. The later it gets, the more crowded it becomes. Aisles are narrow and good stuff disappears fast. You might save a lot, but you can also miss out on the best items if you arrive late. That's why experienced shoppers always aim for opening time or right after a restock. Timing also directly affects freshness. Not every store gets deliveries every day. Bigger locations usually get trucks 5 days a week. Smaller ones might only get 2 or 3. The easiest way to find out is to ask an employee when meat, fish, and produce come off the truck. That info isn't posted anywhere, but it makes a huge difference in the quality of your cart. It all comes down to one rule. The time you walk into Aldi determines the value you walk out with. Going at the right moment saves you money, cuts down on picky selecting, and keeps you from buying subpar items. Aldi doesn't work like a traditional supermarket. Stock turns over fast, prices shift constantly, and deals change daily. People who don't pay attention get swept up in the surface-level convenience. Those who understand timing turn every trip into a strategic shopping hunt. Once you realize timing gives you the upper hand, you'll see Aldi differently. It's no longer just a convenience store you pop into whenever. It becomes a destination where every visit has a purpose and a plan, and your receipt will reflect how smart you've become at shopping. 2. Understand Aldi's limited operating hours. Aldi isn't like supermarkets that stay open all day. Their model is built on being lean, and that's exactly why their hours are intentionally short. For some people, not being able to stop by anytime feels inconvenient. But for those who get how Aldi works, limited hours are the key to understanding why prices stay so low. Shorter hours cut operating costs, optimize staff schedules, and keep everything running tight. Lower costs mean lower prices for you. Many Aldi stores are only open about 11 hours a day. That makes it easy for casual shoppers to show up when the doors are locked, or when the store is packed and shelves are half empty. Instead of seeing this as a downside, look at the upside. Once you know the schedule, you can plan smarter. Go early for the freshest items, or hit the weekend to stock up. Limited hours don't hurt the experience. They actually make everything run smoother. Aldi employees are trained to work fast. They don't deal with huge inventories or long shifts. When the store operates within a fixed window, every process gets compressed and optimized. Restocking, inventory, and checkout. Customers get great prices and a quick, efficient experience. Knowing the hours also helps you avoid peak times. Late afternoons after work turn the small store into a zoo, and the best fresh items are usually gone. Early mornings, on the other hand, are calm, shelves are full, and picking is easy. You get better quality without fighting the crowd. Another perk of knowing the schedule is smarter stocking up. Aldi doesn't want you coming several times a week. They reward planning ahead. If you're busy, one weekend trip can cover you for days without worrying about old produce, because most items turn over quickly. That helps you manage spending better and avoids those impulse visits that quietly add up. The bottom line, Aldi is cheap not because they skimp on service, but because they run like a precision machine. They know exactly when to open, when to close, and how to make every hour count. Once you understand that logic, you'll see that shopping at Aldi requires a bit of proactivity, but in return, you get lighter bills and better quality. Limited hours aren't an inconvenience. They're a reminder to shop smart. Aldi sets the framework, you turn it to your advantage. With just a little schedule tweaking, you'll realize this model helps you buy exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, at the best possible value. That's the real spirit of sustainable saving. 3. Know the prices before you go. Walking into Aldi without knowing typical prices is like playing a game without knowing the rules. Yes, Aldi is cheap, but that cheapness runs on its own unique system. When you understand how they set prices and why their products consistently beat traditional supermarkets, you'll manage your budget proactively and avoid emotional shopping. Aldi's system is built almost entirely on private label products. About 90% of what they sell is their own exclusive brands. That's the core reason they can offer prices almost no one else can match. No advertising costs, no slotting fees, no middlemen. They work directly with manufacturers, set their own standards, demand custom recipes, and negotiate massive volumes. Things traditional supermarkets struggle to do. Knowing prices ahead of time makes you immune to temptation. When you see low prices, it's easy to think, it's so cheap, I'll just grab a few more. That mindset is exactly what pushes your cart over budget. If you're easily swayed by sale signs, researching average prices for your usual items beforehand helps you tell real deals from the illusion of cheapness. Aldi's prices are already optimized to be low every day, so you don't have to wait for coupons. In fact, they don't even accept coupons because every price is already negotiated to the bone. Even in a store that's already cheap, Aldi still drops extra discounts on certain categories pretty often. That's when you save the most. But if you don't know the regular price, it's hard to tell if the discount is actually worth it. Aldi's private label meat, bread, milk, and pantry staples can be half the price of national brands. Many families cut their weekly grocery bill nearly in half just by switching to Aldi labels. Their extreme simplification keeps costs low too. Bare-bones shelves, products still on pallets, and simple packaging. It's all part of cutting operating expenses and passing those savings straight to customers. Less money spent on displays means lower prices without sacrificing actual quality. Ultimately, knowing prices before you go gives you control and confidence. You walk in with clear expectations and a specific list, and you won't get sucked into the everything feels cheap trap. Aldi has already done most of the optimization for you, but you still need a little strategy to turn those low prices into real savings. And knowing prices ahead of time is the very first step to making every Aldi trip a winning financial move. And comment number 1 and like this video, and I'll reveal something even more shocking. 4. The Aisle of Shame. Aldi finds. Aisle of Shame. The name is funny, but it perfectly describes the section that makes countless people leave Aldi with a much heavier cart than planned. This isn't a regular display area. It's a world of surprise items, limited time deals, and I don't need this, but I really want it products. If you don't understand how this aisle works, your budget can get wrecked fast. What makes the aisle of shame so tempting is constant change. No one knows what will be there this week. One day, you might find seasonal bedding, home decor, baking pans, storage bins, or adorable pet toys you can't walk past. These items appear and disappear lightning fast. Miss it by a day, and the shelf might already be empty. That unpredictability creates a treasure hunt feeling that triggers curiosity and the fear of missing out. Aldi officially calls this section Aldi Finds. Every week, especially midweek, they roll out new limited batches, seasonal products, specially ordered items, small runs, or things you won't find anywhere else. These aren't just discounted goods, they're genuinely good value at the price. That's why the Aisle of Shame is a place everyone walks into hoping for a surprise. Its pull is so strong that it's built massive online communities. Millions of people join Facebook groups dedicated to Aldi Finds, sharing photos, early info, reviews, and warnings about what's about to sell out. Following those groups lets you know what's coming next week, what to skip, and what will be gone in hours. Plenty of shoppers go to Aldi just to check this aisle first, then do their regular grocery run. But all that excitement has a dark side. The Aisle of Shame is a master at making you overspend. Cheap prices, limited quantities, and the buy now or regret it vibe are the perfect recipe for blowing your budget. To stay safe, stick to one rule. Only buy what you'll actually use, not what looks fun in the moment. Bringing a cart instead of a basket helps too. You have space to think instead of deciding on impulse. The Aisle of Shame isn't the enemy of your wallet. If you stay observant and keep your emotions in check, you can score incredible deals that far exceed expectations for the price. But if you let excitement lead, you'll end up in the spent way too much without realizing zone. Walk in with a plan, know what you need, and set a spending limit. Once you understand the true nature of the Aisle of Shame, you'll see it's not just a spot for random specials. It's how Aldi cleverly taps into shopper psychology. And if you know how to play the game, this aisle becomes the source of real steals, instead of purchases you sigh about when you look at the receipt later. 5. Lightning-fast barcode scanning and private labels for every need. One of the things that lets Aldi run so smoothly and much faster than other supermarkets is how they optimize every second at checkout. Aldi knows speed is power, so instead of making customers and cashiers hunt for barcodes, they put multiple barcodes on every side of the package. No matter how you place the item, the scanner catches it instantly. This tiny detail makes checkout up to 40% faster, shorter lines, less frustration, and no more abandoning items because the queue is too long. Aldi cashiers are trained to work at high speed, and easy scanning helps them keep a steady rhythm with fewer mistakes. Shoppers win too. No more spinning a cereal box 3 times looking for the code or struggling at self-checkout. You just set it down, and the machine does the rest. Aldi turned checkout into part of their time and cost-saving strategy. Along with speed, Aldi has built a huge range of private labels to cover every dietary need. Gluten-free eaters have Live-G-Free, bread, pasta, snacks, and everything certified gluten-free. People who want clean ingredients choose Simply Nature. No artificial colors, no preservatives. Those watching calories or living healthy have Fit and Active with tons of low-calorie, better-for-you options that don't break the bank. These private labels don't just solve food needs, they save serious money. Since Aldi develops and orders them directly, prices stay way lower than national brands, while quality remains consistent. No big ad campaigns, no fancy packaging. All that saved money goes straight into the price you see. Another huge advantage is their super generous return policy. For Aldi exclusive items, if you're not happy, you get your money back and a replacement in the same transaction. It's called the Twice as Nice Guarantee. That gives you total peace of mind to try new things without risking your money. Even for non-exclusive items, Aldi still refunds with a receipt under normal policy. Shopping feels lighter and lower risk. When you put all these pieces together, you see Aldi isn't just trying to be cheap, They optimize every step of the shopping journey, from picking items to scanning to taking them home. Fast scanning, the right label for your needs, easy returns. Everything is designed to save you time, save you money, and help you find products that actually fit your life. Aldi turns grocery shopping into an intentional, simple, and efficient process. And it's that meticulous attention to every little detail that makes more and more people choose Aldi as their smart shopping destination. 6. Master Aldi's private label system. On the journey to getting the most savings at Aldi, understanding and using their private label system is the smartest move you can make. If you've ever wondered how Aldi keeps prices so low while maintaining decent quality, the answer is right there in the brands they created themselves. These aren't second-rate store brands. They're the backbone of Aldi's business model, built to go head-to-head with national brands at a fraction of the cost. What's cool is that each Aldi label targets a very specific need. For people who can't have gluten, Live G-Free is practically its own little paradise. Bread, pasta, snacks, even prepared foods, everything is certified gluten-free, and the prices are shockingly gentle compared to big-name gluten-free brands. It lets people with special diets eat safely and stay on budget without stress. If you care about natural foods, Simply Nature is a whole different world. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, and no unsafe preservatives. From cereal and milk to snacks and kitchen staples, everything is clean and straightforward. Aldi knows more families want to eat better, and they answer that demand with a brand that's high quality and truly affordable. For anyone chasing a healthier lifestyle or watching calories, Fit and Active is the practical answer. Low-fat, low-sugar, nutrient-packed options help you stay on track without paying premium fitness brand prices. The biggest strength of the entire private label system is the guarantee behind it. With the twice-as-nice policy, if you don't love an Aldi-exclusive product, they refund you and replace it on the spot. It's not just a promise of quality, it's Aldi saying they stand 100% behind every item they develop. When you know how to use these brands, every Aldi trip stops being ordinary shopping. It becomes strategy, smart choices that save you money while keeping your quality of life high. In a retail world that keeps getting more complicated, Aldi's smart simplicity is an advantage no savvy shopper should ignore. Shopping at Aldi isn't just about grabbing cheap stuff. It's about understanding how the store works and turning that knowledge to your advantage. When you know when to go, what to pick, how to stay in control in the aisle of shame, and how to use the private label system, every trip becomes a calculated decision. Aldi gives you the platform of great prices. You bring the strategy and discipline. The result? A neater cart, a lighter bill, and way more value in every bag you carry out. Did this video help you? Subscribe and help us reach 1,000 subscribers.